Make sure we good. Y'all let me know in the chat. Make sure you can hear me. What's up, Artesia? What's up, Malik? What up, Q? What up, Black? Cool. Look like we got a good little chunk of the squad here. Where my cousin at though? Jared, where you at? You on here, Jared? Oh, don't embarrass me like that. Where you at, Jared? But y'all know what we're here to do. It's great to just to have everybody, right? We get together every Sunday. This to me is like our round table, you know what I mean? Or like our family dinner. Right. We all just come together with everything we everything we prepared for the week, just to make sure that we can get in and do what we need to do in these markets. Hold on, I'm gonna turn down a little bit of this background noise. Hold on. Oh, there you go. What up, bruh? All right, for sure. So, before we get started, like for those who don't know me, my name is Bounce Back Bailey. You're messing with the option snipers right now. Our whole goal is to empower and equip and educate, really just a generation of individuals that maybe felt like they didn't really belong in this place that we're now taking over, in these markets that we're now moving. And so all of that starts with knowledge. That is the basis and the key to all enlightenment, right? And so I appreciate you guys being here. You could be anywhere else on a Sunday, but you here with us. So we're gonna get to it. First thing I want to go into real quick is just making sure that you guys, one, have watched and started working on your active trader skills. Make sure you guys check out that video. It is in our Discord. For those of you who aren't a part of our Discord, we do have a 5-day trial going on right now, so you guys can subscribe to that. If one of the admins can post the link in the group chat, just so anybody new or anybody that after this wants to explore the value that we have to add can. So yeah, one of you guys post that in there for the 5-day trial, please. Next up, what I want to go into is there's another video that was recently uploaded. Mike put this together, and man, like he told me stuff about Discord that I didn't even know about. So please make sure that you guys watch the Discord how-to video. That should be in the group chat as well. And we'll make sure we post another link to it. That way you guys can get that set up too, right? So you got two things to make sure you have set up before the week starts. Got to make sure you know how to navigate Discord. There's a couple things on that video I want to talk about mainly. One, you see we just rearranged a bunch of stuff, got rid of a bunch of channels, trying to make sure the flow of information is readily available to you guys. So we cleaned a lot of things up. The video goes into that. Tax channel. There's a tax channel. Why y'all think it's important to have a tax channel? Somebody tell me in the chat. While I sip my beer. I want to be able to sip beer, right? Right? Like all your gains ain't your gains. You know what I mean? And if we do this right, that's okay. Right? But I'm not getting clapped by Uncle Sam. Right? There's two things you don't fuck with, like the government and the IRS. Like, and I know they're like kind of one and the same, but specifically like probably IRS is above on that list. You don't want nothing to do. You don't want them problems. You think a Tesla clap is bad. You ain't seen nothing till you get IRS clapping. So we have that readily available for you guys. If you have questions, that's what that's there for. It's being filtered by a certified CPA. And once again, this is just another way that we are trying to add value to you guys, right? And really change the narrative of this, right? Because if we're going to do it, we need to be doing it right. Well, we want to help you guys do it right. So please forward any questions you may have in regards to taxes to that channel, so that they can get answered and you can get the right information. I mean, of course, you could just go pay for a CPA, but that's kind of why you have a sniper Yeah. Anyways, we're too expensive though. Next up, bot navigating and sweeps, right? So that video will tell you a lot about that. The bots are freaking amazing. The commands they have are out of this world. You want to be able to use that to your advantage. Navigating the Discord, and then also sweeps. If you guys don't know, well, who here knows what flow algo is? Somebody tell me. Anybody in the chat know flow algo? What is flow algo? Somebody tell me. Come on. If I'm talking, you gotta be typing. Tells you sweeps and dark pool. Anybody even know how much a subscription of flow algo costs? $150, $175 a month. Okay. Go watch the Discord how to. Flow algo feeds into what you pay for already. So go get a CPA, right? Go get a flow algo account, or just continue to mess with the squad, right? There's a reason why you guys are here. And once again, we're just getting started with this. I don't know if you guys have realized, the ones that have been here from the beginning, you're starting to see the evolution. This shit is just getting started. So I am, I'm just pleased to be here. Like, please, y'all would take the time to spend with us. I do want to get into it, but first things first, like, we have to make sure that we know how to utilize the tools that we have, right? That's the key. Like, you can have all the resources in the world, but if you don't know how to utilize them effectively, then you're better off not, you know what I mean? Somebody else is, put it that way. So with your active trader, guys, make sure your 25% are set, especially my small accounters. We're going into this week very cautiously, as we always do, right? And we're gonna win the week. So with that said, can you guys all see my trend spider up? Drop like a flame or something like that if you can see my trend spider. Shouts out to Trend Spider, by the way. They're awesome for charting. Boom. Fire flame. Fire flame. All right, for sure. So you guys know the drill. I'm going to start with some SPY talk and just broad market sentiment. There's a lot of stuff going on in the markets right now, specifically because there's a lot of stuff going on both the political and coronavirus front, right? Like, the whole thing is just kind of being bombarded and oversaturated with news. And so we want to be able to kind of pick through the news and see what's really going to stick and be relevant. So one of the things that's been, heavily talked about is all of the approvals for vaccines that seem to be coming through the pipeline, between, clinical trials finishing up and emergency approvals. And then on the flip side of that, right? So we have like this optimism of vaccine recovery, right? The dark night, the dark winter is coming to an end. Christmas, right? All that stuff, retailers, being able to pump for that. And then on the flip side of that, we have news like, rise in cases. I'm in California right now. We got curfews at 10 p.m. that just started like the day I got in yesterday. I was in DC earlier. They're going crazy, right? So there's these two dynamics that we're moving into this week, that I'm really interested to see how the market reacts, right? Because we have once again, one side extreme optimism, the other side extreme fear. And so, for me, a lot of these plays that we're going to go over today are going to be both sided. Because once again, it's just one of those things where you just don't know. And until market shows us a clear direction, actually, let's see what futures are doing. Anybody know already? Let's see. All right, that's why I like starting at this time. All right, let's see what we got here. Futures. All right, so we got a little green futures. And it's not like we haven't had some bullish momentum. I don't know. It's starting to feel like the market doesn't care about Corona anymore, but we'll see what happens. So one of the things we look at when we look at our SPY chart right here, is that it kind of is in a little bit of flux right now, right? If I was going to, right? We can get a little bit of a triangle formed in here. And this is on a, what, 4-hour or daily chart. Move that. Right, so we got a bit of a triangle forming, and we're right in the middle, aka that area of focus, right? So anytime I see symmetrical triangles, one of the things I'm always looking for is, okay, where's the area of focus that if it breaks, it'll give me the hint that it might be making a move, right? So you'll see here on SPY, I have two levels, 355.48 and 354.04. Right, this right here, this 354 is the bottom of this area of focus, right, meaning that if it dropped under that, chances are it'd be have bearish momentum to about 351-ish. On the flip side, right, we get some bullish momentum, right, breaking the area of focus would be about 358, right? We want to ride that into the 360s, 365 areas, right? So we're going to see what it wants to do. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a little bit of W here. But at the same time, market can do what it wants. Speak at your YOLO is nice, right? I mean, I really haven't been swinging anything over weekends, especially with this climate. I've just been a really conservative trading and just holding on to cash. But I mean, yeah, Hugh, we got some news for SPY.
Yo, what up, everybody? Good evening. So the only thing with SPY and really the market in general is we received, Regeneron received emergency authorization, I think last night. And there's another piece of vaccine news. Hold on, let me pull it up. And US COVID-19 vaccine program head said Americans could get vaccine as soon as December 11th. I think that's very bullish news. The other thing that I see, which is contrarian to that, is that in New York, inside sources have confirmed that New York Governor Andrew Cuomo was expected to declare a full NYC second lockdown by December 1st. Details coming in on Tuesday. And breaking, LA County public health officials announced they will issue an order suspending outdoor dining at restaurants amid a new surge of coronaviruses. So like Bailey said, it's up and it's down, right? And so that's what we got to work with.
Right, there's two, literally you got two different spectrums right here. So the watch list that we have this week is gonna kind of, like I said, it's gonna always address both sides, right? Because I want you guys thinking like this. Like, I'll put it this way, I don't you know what I mean, like I don't care about being right anymore. And that's where you have to get to in your trading, where being right doesn't matter because you're always right. Well, what's the way to be always right? Well, I need to I need to consider both sides of the equation, right? For me nowadays, if I have a chart up, if it's up in front of me, I'm looking at the bullish and the bearish scenario each time. And I want you guys to, once again, just kind of expand your mind so you're doing that. Because basically about 100 to watch, right? Yeah, and you know, Lord, like, God bless all your YOLOs, you crazy people. Crazy YOLOs. But Bailey don't touch YOLO too much. For me, I want to see the market pick a direction. But gotten a lot of green candles on a lot of green candles on futures so far. But pay attention to the levels specifically for tomorrow. Pay attention to that. Here, let me just blow it up again so you guys have it. Right, 358 level. That's really important. 358.81, right? That'll tell you chances of continuing to test breaking this triangle. Now you guys got to remember, breaks of triangles usually retest before moves. So you know, just pay attention, as well as the 354.05 level, right? Because if we're breaking the area down here, right, that could start to retest the 351s, 350s. Next up, I do want to show you guys the Qs as well, because Qs are pretty interesting right now. They're just kind of stuck in like flux. But the thing I like about the Qs right now is this. Right, so we got a little bit of ascending triangle forming. If you look at this top line level right here, And we're at the top line of it, right? So if we get some, right, if Q's and tech get some bullishness, right, we could start to retest and get over 300 and start testing, 300 plus. So we'll see what happens there. Of course, we know with these dynamics, if there's a lot more bullishness on the side of vaccine, we'll probably see this guy actually test lower, right? We'll see this guy, possibly test the bottom of this triangle that's been forming. So just pay attention to it. Once again, you want to have your eyes open on the broader markets because those are going to give you just a little bit more confirmation on what's happening. And of course, you just apply that to the plays you're running, right? Oh, I'm in tech and tech is bleeding out. I should probably be cautious, right? Or, vice versa with your SPs. All right. So first chart I want to bring up today, and actually, any news on Qs or tech in general or Huey? I always want to.
Yeah. So I was chopping it up with JR yesterday, and he said that a lot of the large fund managers, they took a lot of their profits, as we know, they took a lot of their profits off the table beginning of September, and towards this last quarter, they tend to rotate out into like bullshit stocks. Part of my language. So that they can take losses and report it on their balance sheet and not take such an L by the tax man. And so I think we looked into a little bit more, and he could speak to it, and we'll talk about it more in the Discord tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, tech seems to be light towards the end of the year. Although if you look at Facebook and Apple on a daily, they look like they have an upward move coming. But yeah, that's it.
Right. Yeah. I was sniffing that out. Actually, that was the last one that got added to the list was Apple. Yeah, just because of something I was seeing. Yeah, we are seeing a move towards smaller caps, right? To where those high valued growth stocks are starting to scare people a little bit because they're really extended. Versus the ones that maybe haven't caught up. And you'll see this in maybe if you guys saw like a lot of the smaller cap like SCs, Overstocks, Jumias, right? Running, recovering. What happened to Amazon? What'd you see? Much recovery there, right? So these are things you want to take into consideration. Like, okay, tech's moving, but what tech is moving? You know what I mean? Cyclinicals are moving, but what's moving? Retail's moving, but what in retail is moving? So you guys always want to keep your eyes out. So the first on the list that I had is Baba. Baba is like a little bit of a mixed bag right now. So it just seems like it's right for a move in a certain direction. Whichever direction that is what I want to chop up. Huey, do you have any news on Baba while I throw levels on this?
Yeah, so the only thing I have with Baba is basically the market saying that investors may want to hang tight on buying Chinese stocks because people think that Trump is going to have some negative behavior towards China towards the end of his term, in the next 60 days or so. And it's nothing official. It's not concrete. It's just a sentiment. But that sentiment, you know how it is. It affects the market. So that's really all I see there.
Right. So I like news like this because, like when investors are scared, market makers are positioning. Right. So I'd like to see some consolidation. And a bullish move, it would need for me to be like completely bullish on it. It would need to break this wedge pattern right here. Right. This would break bearish trend. Right now, we've seen it was a little ragey. I was looking at it on the 4 hour actually. Right, and just plotting some levels, right? Because right now what Baba is doing to me is it's ranging, right? It's trying to figure out where it wants to go, and that all started from this igniting move right here, right? So you'll see the lows of that, the highs of that, and kind of where it is now. So it does have room to test the higher part of this range. That's one thing I like about it. And that's what I'm trying to keep an eye on for this week. All right, my levels got a little funky for some reason. Remove that. Okay, weight cleaner. All right, so I like Baba over 271. I do think that above 271, it can possibly get to that 280 mark. especially we got to pay attention to volume here, right? Volume and the move, the direction of the move is really going to tell you everything. But the reason why I like that is because on the 4-hour chart, we got igniting bar here and resting bar, right? This is a big bar for Baba, right? Like compared to these, right? And this is a pretty big bar for Baba compared to the others as well. And then we had resting right here, right? So if we can move from resting, we can possibly take what 262. We're gonna calculate a 3-bar right now. So 262 to, wow, look at that, stopped right at the top of this right here, 271. So that's 9 points, right? Boom. So we take that 9 points from 73. But that, I'll call it 80. Like I'll take 7 of those 9 points. That's the difference between me and a lot of traders though. They're like, oh, 9 points I called, 9 points it has to hit. And I'm gonna hold it even if I'm at like 100 something, 200, 300%. And because it hasn't quite hit 9. Like I got over that kind of pride a long time ago because it claps you. Right? So take advantage, right? You have about 9 points in this move right here, right? Take about 7 to the upside, right? You break that break this level right here, about 270, let's call it 273, right? That's bullish entry for me. And that would tell me to take that 7 points to 280. I like that a lot. Also, one thing you notice though, above 280, what do we have here? We got gap fill. So, right, you could possibly trim position once it resists up here, or even take your profit and then wait for the next breakout move. And we'll see what we get. But I like this because if it does form out, come to formation, you have a bit of oh, completely clicked the wrong tool right there. But if this does pan out, we'll have a pretty head and shoulders movement here that could throw Baba into high 3s, right? And I'm
Yo, Bailey, real quick, that megaphone pattern that is forming, Amazon did the same thing in the summertime right before it hit 3,000.
We call this ranging. All right, trying to taste the top, see if it likes that. Taste the bottom, see if it likes that. Right, taste the top, see if it. And each of these becomes even more extreme. Right, so this is a perfect setup once again to see this head and shoulders formation, inverse head and shoulders formation come into fruition. However, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not long on anything right now, right? So I'll just take the levels as they break, and break bread with them like that, right? Get my money in that way. But once again, don't be surprised if we get a little bit of this action. All right, possibly retesting all-time highs from this bounce down here. Yeah, it looks pretty bullish to me. Give me some news on Baba though. What do we have? Aside from that, wasn't there I feel like there was something else. There wasn't anything else on Baba?
They had I'll dig it up. They had something last week where they reported like some crazy sales for some day. And if somebody in the chat knows what the name of the event was, just please type it in.
Hold on. Let me review my my Sam notes.
Singles Day, yeah, Singles Day. That's right,
Day.
Singles
Yep.
Day. And that was just last week. You know, my short-term memory is terrible when it comes to the market.
Gotcha. And then it looks like Barron's had a weird article that came out today on them.
Yeah, the Barron's article was the one that said that people are being kind of cautious and maybe wait for another opportunity, like wait for Trump.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Wait for Trump to dump before you take a position, pretty much.
Yeah. So, you know, once again, we'll pay attention to it, but yeah, I like an upward move at least to test 280, right? And then we take our profit there, right? Let this shoulder form out, and then get ready for Rippy with this as the new resistance. So don't be surprised at it, right? It's just something we keeping an eye on. Also, I'm gonna make sure these are all in the group chat for you guys, so you have them. All right, next up, pton. So once again, these things are being determined by just kind of sentiment, right? So things like Baba, we're talking, you know, they've been a staple of online retail. Pton, you know, has done a lot of its work through strategically being, you know, strategic positioning on what they're able to offer. Hearing things like New York governor shutting down, right? I mean, with Biden as a president, like he's pro shut this bitch down for another 6 to 8 weeks and just let it like simmer. You know what I mean? Like Michael Jackson. Now I like pton because it's just in a really good position right now, to where if it did want to reclaim this gap right here, I mean, we've got a huge gap. Right, huge gap here, right? You're talking from 113 to 123, so about a 10-point gap that it could possibly look to fill. I want to see something though. Do I have a
Some news on pton real quick, not to
go ahead.
interrupt you.
Drop it to me while I look at this real quick.
So pton got a pump from Tony Zhang on CNBC. He says that it's not just a spin company, but an all-around digital fitness platform, and says COVID increase will boost its business. And there was some bullish behavior on Friday regarding pton. Another piece of news is Affirm is set to IPO in December. It's a company that lends you cash to buy and pay for products in installments without charging deferred interest and hidden fees. pton is actually 30% of their revenue from July to September. And one final piece of news, which is all speculation and actually a rumor, is that Peloton will see a bump due to potential partnership with Princeton University.
Dang. Right.
So, and then we see.
Yeah. So I was looking at this earlier, right? I just like this. I like this gap fill play. And once again, if we're looking at this in the market, salivating, what do you think everybody else is doing? There it is. There it is. Okay. So I like this move on pton. And now it's not the greatest igniting bar, but when you consider all this bullish action right here and this breakout, it's pretty, you know what I mean? It's been on a pretty nice move to be ending on a doji. Right. So, I mean, conservative is what I like to play always. Right. But that's a pretty nice size bar. Yeah, it's not as crazy as these rangy ones, but it's a pretty solid breakout after this much bullishness already. To where, yeah, 113 break, right? And then this is what, 104, 113, was that about 10 points? 113, 123, right? So I like one break of 113.06. I like the push towards 120, right? I like 120. We'll call 120 TP1, right? 123. And actually, we can probably play it a little bit more conservatively and have this as TP3. That's TP2. And then let's get something in here for like quick scalpy status. Hold on. There we go. All right. So we can do quick scalpy to about, yeah, to about 116. Right, break 113. Right, we got about 116. You know what? Let me be more conservative. Yeah, we'll call it 116. Yeah. Right, and then from there we'll probably hit 120 if we break it. But this move right here, right, with ignition resting, we get ignition, we're golden. What might also happen, right? We might get some retracement down to the 109 area. And then take the ride up too. But I like this formation closing on the 4 hour. We might at least get some bullishness at the beginning of the day to touch this and maybe settle around 15. So look for either direction. But if you see good volume on pton in the morning, right, and a direction that it's picked, just kind of take the ride. 100 people are experiencing Pelotons. My friend recommend we get them all. Boom. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I like pton at least, 120 possibly by the end of the week. But pay attention to the levels. Once again, we want to break over 113 and know it's real. All right, let's move on. And once again, all these are going to be a little bit cleaner, right? We'll have green lines and stuff like that. But I've been moving a little bit. All right. Next up, this is a pure reopen kind of swag play. There's the lack of reopening swag. So this RCL, we're gonna look at it on the daily chart real quick. All right, it's been in a ascending triangle formation since the bottom, right? That's kind of what I like about it, right? We had a double bottom, and then it's essentially followed this trend line on its way up. Yeah, it tried to break down right there. I don't know, probably a coronavirus scare or something, right? What we've seen recently, though, is these gap ups on Royal Caribbean. these gap ups tested and broke the resistance, right? Well, what happens usually when something breaks? Breaks, retests, right? So right now this is in retest mode, right? From breaking this triangle, and now it's finding support above it, right? So I like RCL if it does get bullish. I like it to about 82, right? So somebody like me would take this bad boy from probably the break right here, right? At about 75, right? You can quick scalp, right? Take it to about 77 from there, right? And these are cheap, right? So these are cheap premiums, 79 and then 82, right? And if it's real bullish, right, you'll start to see it get up here. Yeah, we do have some gaps down here that it could possibly test to fill. But once again, that's why I say for lockdowns, right? If this does start shit in the bed, a break under under 71, I like taking this to retest the bottom of this triangle right here, right? In these zones right here. That's one thing about these things, is that they can bleed real quick if news is bearish. But also, we've seen how aggressive they get with bullish news like vaccine, like, right? Oh, now I can get, right? Just think about it. Once vaccine's done, it's like COVID becomes a flu, right? Oh, I got the flu. All right, well, I'll just kick it. And then if worse comes to worse, like I'll, you know what I mean, go to the doctor for it, right? So, you know, like there's a lot of people that would be willing to get back on cruise lines if, right, we have a vaccine in a month or less than a month, you know? So,
So with Royal Caribbean, UBS raised its price target to 84 from 70 on Friday. And then, but on the negative side, on the 18th, the CDC removed its cruise ban, but it gave them this massive punch list of things that they have to adhere to before they can actually set sail. One of the items is a rapid result COVID test on site prior to boarding. And Royal Caribbean said they will not sail in the US until the end of this year.
Okay, so they've already set the expectation for it. Do we have rapid tests available already?
We do, and
Yes.
We have rapid tests, and the ones that they're going to do are 30-minute results.
Right. So so you guys see where I'm coming from here, right? Like as an investor, right? You're like, okay, like all those, you know, kind of limitations, one from not having a vaccine yet, right? To us getting a vaccine. Two, okay, like you got to remember that these guys are like, I mean, cruise lines are huge companies. So I like a bullish move on this, especially if we're getting positive COVID news, right? Gap down, gap up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we gap up and start making some moves towards that new price target. And there's a lot of room for RCL to run. So these are great longs for you guys because they're relatively cheap to go long for. As well as maybe taking advantage of, like I said, an ascending triangle breakout move. Next up, my favorite. I've flown Southwest so much over the last week. It's not even funny. But they're my favorite airliner. I don't like nobody else. But so this looks a little familiar to the last chart we saw, right? So you'll see why I like the idea of that RCL breakout, because you're seeing signs of it all over. Entry levels to the upside. I'll have the chart posted for you, and you'll be able to see them. Yeah, don't worry. I'll have you by tonight on that. But once again, we look at love right here, right? I like it long over 47.43. Easily take that, yeah, 49. Now there's a lot of air right here. That's one of the things I like about a lot of these like reopen type stocks, is they got nothing but air up ahead of them. I mean, we'll see even over a lot of time, like, yeah, nothing but air. You know, not much resistance that we're gonna see if these things do decide to move on. Once again, the hope of the world reopening again, right, and being saved from the plague. So I like bullet. Like I said, I like long over 47, 43, right? Take that to 49, 51, 53. And once again, guys, this stuff doesn't happen over a week. These are charts that have been maturing for, we're pulled back like crazy right now. But these are just levels that you can keep an eye out for and play. Do I think that, airliners will recover once the green light is on? Hell yes, right? So these are another things I like about like going long, right? If we got positive COVID and vaccine news, I like the idea of going long. One of the things I just noticed here, let's see if we get this. Boop. And meh.
I'll give you some news on love real quick. Southwest Airlines brings new flights across the map for warm breaks in the winter and spring season as low as $49 one way, issued November 19th over PR Newswire. On Friday, Fauci said he will feel comfortable on planes once vaccines are available, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on Thursday or Friday, there was a report that the EU Commission is deemed Boeing 737 MAX safe to fly. They'll be back in the air in January. And as you know, sometimes airlines run on Boeing sympathy.
Yep. Right. So, I mean, I even like it, maybe a move over 47. Yeah, that 47 to 49 to 51. Right. That looks pretty clean. It's almost 6. Yep. All right, cool. We gotta move through these. I got some money to go spend. WSC. Next up, Wells Fargo. Once again, this is just pure kind of fun, more fundamental stuff when it comes to, reopening. Wells, to me, once again, is just one of those kind of staples of America that all it really needs is just, I guess you could say a little bit of love. So this guy's gonna run on, once again, reopening news. The one thing we're looking for, though, right, because it's been a little rangy, we need the break over 26.39, right? That starts to push us into real bullish territory. Get some levels cooked up on here. I wanted to specifically do some of these without having charted them already, just so you guys can kind of see what goes into some of my charting. It's always like, I always like just like large time frame. There we go.
UFC fund managers are bullish on financial sector as a whole and have been recently pumping it. John Najarian has positions in Wells Fargo, JPM, Bank of America, and Capital One. And then one of them said the bond yield curve is only going to steepen, which will help the financial sector. The only negative I see regarding JPM and WFC specifically is that Berkshire Hathaway has sold off some of its JPM and WFC position.
Of course. That's because they had to retake a bunch of positions they sold early. Hey, we got to rebalance. Let's just get rid of some of the banks.
Either that or buy some Tesla.
Man, right? Which I think I don't know if he actually did. Did he give word on that yet? Because
I'm looking through Elon's tweets to see if there's a cryptic message in there somewhere. I haven't found anything yet though.
Gotcha. So, eventually these things got to come to their bottom. I think they may have, this may have started to find it, right? So you see this trend line right here, right, where it's bounced a few times, went under, and didn't even get to, recently. All right, so we're trying to break this downward dissension, and that can happen above this 26.39, right? Take that to about 28, 25. Break above that, you can take it to around 30. Of course, 34. Once we get above that, we got a bunch of gaps to fill. So once again, this is just something on watch. You bought into PayPal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. PayPal hasn't been moving, so it tells me that my market makers are probably taking positions in it because it's really been in a form of consolidation. Next up, we're gonna do grwg. So as you guys notice, we touched a little bit of everything, right? We got some tech involved. We got some reopening stocks, right? We got some right, we go some financial, right? We're gonna move into the buds. right? And that's the whole goal, is that we want to just kind of have a clear understanding of just kind of all the possibilities here. Yeah, that was probably about right there. And my bad, I gotta do some calculating on this one.
Real quick, while you're doing that, on Friday, Oppenheimer updated grwg price target to 45 from 25 and maintains outperform rating. And on the 17th, Grow Generation completed the acquisition of the Grow Biz, which was a rival, adding 4 California locations and 1 Portland location. The cost of acquisition not disclosed.
Boom. Right. So these guys are being pretty aggressive. Also, Mexico. Anybody heard anything about Mexico and weed lately? What'd you hear, Hallie? Yes. Right. Big news. Big news. Right. So I'm very bullish on this. The fruition of this breakout that it had earlier right here is about $33. Right. So I like grwg on a break of right, it's all-time high, right? 31 to about 33 as a continuation play. So we'll see if it decides it wants to do that. But based on the news that it's had, especially with, you know, another whole like country, huge country, not to mention, yeah, just the drug. Anyways, I think that's a really good thing. Hopefully they do pass it. But if so, right, break above 30.27. And really you want the move above 31. Right, this isn't a lot of area of value right here. So this is like our watch zone, right? So I need you guys to help me out with eyes on this. And actually, I'm just gonna set a freaking alert. But nonetheless, yeah, that 31 is a big number, because busting that, it could easily see 33 and get a continuation on what it was trying to finish up with this this symmetrical triangle right here. The narcos, the option sniper version, right? Though, like this, right? You know, come up, right? Buy weed and not. Next up, Lee. Any news on Lee?
Talk to me nice. So LI, we have a few things. So they reported great earnings last week, which seem to have exploded the EV sector. Overall EV strength. On Friday, there was a bunch of bullish flows, and according to something I saw on Twitter, at around 5:45 p.m., over 450,000 shares of LI were purchased in the aftermarket in just 5 minutes. It was a $17 million order, which is bigger than any aftermarket order for XPEV and NIO. And then I saw some similarities in the charts, but I'll let you guys decipher that for yourselves.
Right. So, I mean, lots of bullish momentum here, right? We're getting just about our inverse HE pattern popping. So what I want to see, I mean, just like probably everybody, right? I want to see the bust over 40. And then I want to catch it on the retest, right? A lot of times it's going to happen with these, right? They're going to bust up, retest. What did you see? What did you see on it though? Tell me what you saw on the chart.
So can you pull up multiple charts on Transpider?
Yes.
So basically, if you look at XPEV, NIO, Tesla, and LI, they are all exhibiting the same exact patterns. XPEV is in front of all of the other charts by like a few days. I went long on NIO based on a speculation, so we'll see if that comes into fruition. Hopefully this week. Hopefully I can print on that. Basically, they did like this kind of W pattern. Tesla's about to do it. NIO is about to do it, and LI is about to do it. I'll post it in the Discord because I already have them. Drawn out.
Hello.
After the call's done.
You see what I see?
Oh,
we're gonna add XPEV to this list real quick, just because. Plan that, like, you see your edge, bro. You have to play it, right?
Yes, sir.
48 to 56. What is that? An 8-point move. 56 is 64. Ooh. Am I doing my math right?
48 to 56 is 8.
8, 56.
64, yeah, 64.
Yeah. Hello. And this is a 4-hour chart. Ooh.
Jacob said, "Y'all dropping 3 bars on the Sunday Zoom." He said it's a hip hop ogre.
Hey, bro. Right? Hey, we see him, we play him, baby. I love that resting bar. Didn't retrace more than 50%. And we all know about 1 3-bar forming into another. So that's pretty right there. I'll make sure this one's uploaded as well. So bullish over 56.88. I'll take it to 60 and then a 64. Probably shed most of the weight at 60 and let the rest run to around maybe 62, 63. But that's pretty. I like that XPEV 4-hour chart. And then you said, and then let's see Neo. Just while we're on the sector, we might as well see if anything else looks.
So Neo, and let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hang on. So XPEV right before the last breakout, which happened, I think pre-market on between Thursday and Friday, did it made the move on a resting bar, and then I'm looking at it now. So let's look at Neo. Neo's resting candle right there, that last resting candle, is situationally positioned where there was like 1 or 2 resting bars on a 4-hour right after, and then an explosion up to test all-time high and then go beyond.
Yeah.
And then Will Mead posted on Friday like some lottery YOLO 60 calls expiring 11/27. I may or may not have taken a position in that.
Oh yeah. Will's the one. 40 to 54. 14. 54. 68. Is it possible? Yeah. I mean, even half of that move would get you to about 59, 60. Yeah, I think it's possible. So I'd say long over 50, 66. Yeah, long over 50, 66. Take that to 54. See what happens. But this might need to break, retest, and then move up. No, straight up. That's why I said, like, bro, Willie, he's not too off. Like, that's why I'm like, and the thing is, if he's pumping your shit, that's why I said, like sometimes it's just Jones effect. Like, just because he said it, I was like, there's a chance it'll move just off that. Yeah, so let's see what happens. We can do bearish under 47, take it to 45, break under 45, could possibly get back down to 40. But once again, this is what I mean when I say you guys want to play both sides, right? Or at least be prepared for both sides, right? If it breaks downwards, what could it do? If it breaks to the upside, what could it do? All right, and then I can take maybe 2 to 3, like maybe 2 charts requests, because I gotta get out of here. We got curfews and stuff in California, so can't be running too long. But give me some. Anybody have any requests as far as things I want to see before we get up out of here? You're lucky you're the first one to put that put something, because I'm like new on. Oh.
Let me see if I can find some news.
Okay. What do they do?
Nuance Communications. See if I can find some news. Look at it on the oh yeah. I mean, look at it on the 4-hour.
Yeah, that's what I just was. I like rejection up here. What are they doing that makes them like?
They're
I'll short the hell out of them. Like, tell me some good news, bro.
Yeah, it seems like it's just a communications firm, tech firm.
5G, anything?
They got upgraded, a price target upgrade from 47 to 247 from 40 by Barclays. Let's see. I don't see what they do fundamentally. Can you guys tell us what? Oh, they're an IT firm. Okay, there you go.
Well, that can mean like a lot of things.
Yeah. Nuance is an American multinational computer software technology corporation headquartered in Burlington, Massachusetts, on the outskirts of Boston. Provides speech recognition and AI. So it's the AI.
Hey, that's cool. I mean, everything that extends this much, at least test the first fib. So I like shortening them to $39, honestly. Most of the time, right? Not always. Sorry if you're like super bullish on them. It's just for me, anything overextended like this, right? It's hard for me to be like, heck yeah, unless they're like, I mean, the AI. I mean, I like AI. I like artificial. I like all that. I just don't know like what differentiates them from like any other company, except they have a big green, you know what, on their chart. Yeah, nobody can tell me. Yeah, see, yeah, I can't tell you. I don't know anything about him. Like I said, I see things like this. I'm tempted to like, all right, does it mean it's gonna like try and form a 3-bar? If it does, that means it needs to retrace at least half of this, right? Like that's what I see on it. Like make some money on it, retesting and seeing where it decides it wants to be. So that's a hell of a bullish move. Jeez, hold on, this might yeah.
What's the range on that?
Bruh, I'm seeing 13 of that's been moving. 13 to 41.
Wow, how come nobody's noticed this since April?
Bro, yeah, it's just been sheesh. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and that's like, I don't know. We gotta find.
It's probably gonna come back down to that.
Do some more digging.
Line.
Do some more digging. Yeah, but I'll take a little bit of retracement. But this might be, you don't want to fight the trend too much. This is a bullish ass trend. Like, you don't want to be that guy. Like, give me shorty. Like, but I like, you know what I mean? It could do something like this, right? Had a bullish move upwards, right? And then had to retrace before it could move again, right? So we had the right. We might get the retracement back into this trend line right here. That's what I like right now. For now, that's what I like on it. I don't know nothing about the company, but I know I like retracement when it's proper. So we'll see what it wants to do. But yeah, you guys find out some more stuff on that for me. I like artificial intelligence. Cody, and then shop is the last one, and then I gotta get out of here. All right. Ooh, double bottom. I know it's not Cody. Tripping. All right.
They got upgraded on the 20th on Friday. Citigroup upgraded Cody to buy, set a $10 price target upgrade. I still don't know what Cody does.
They're makeup, aren't they?
Oh, okay. Well, makeup is strong for Black Friday and for the holidays.
It could happen. Yeah, 3 on the week. Yeah, that's nice on the weekly to be able to look for continuation. 222 up. Let's see. It's kind of ran. It's ran kind of high. Oh, what? It's $1. Oh, this shit was at 265 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jeez, 300% in a couple weeks. All right, but honestly, the way this thing's been bleeding, I mean, I'm not really like, yeah. Ugh, this chart is just ugly. I don't really have any cohesion for you. I got some levels for you, like if you're bullish on it, but that's probably about all I can give you. I'd take it over. What is this? 650, and take it over 650, right? 735. See what happens from there. Yeah, 837. Little gap fill right there, right? It might rush the gap. But yeah, I can't tell you a bunch on Cody. Because it just as easily could want to stay in this channel right here, right? You see we have on the daily, that's 2 days it was tapped out. It tapped out up here at this 636 level. So you know, the market might want to test it back down first into this channel that it's been in. Right, got a big old channel it's been in. It might just be bouncing around in there for a little bit. So just keep an eye out. And shop. I was just talking to my pops about Shopify. Apparently, one of the bosses got into Shopify when it was like 60 a share.
Wow,
bruh. I was like, what?
He probably retired. He's done.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. You had I don't even know how much return on investment. That's crazy. And then when it was around like 500 or so, she told him to buy more.
Wow.
Right.
That's incredible.
All right, so let's see what we see on Shopify.
Real quick, they Jeffries upgraded Shopify from hold to buy on the 19th and raised price target to $12.50 from $11.50. So that's a pretty big price target upgrade.
That's a huge price target bump. I like it over 1005, 1005, 1055, 1107. Play these. Oh, they've like didn't. I mean, this guy runs. You know what I mean? Especially, I mean, we have a couple catalysts like Black Friday, right? I mean, Shopify, Walmart partnering together. Let's see.
Between Black Friday, COVID was great for Shopify. The holidays, yeah, full of catalysts.
Right, little mini gap. It has to fill right here. Ooh, nice gap actually. Yeah, right. So beautiful gap from 1033 to from 998. But like I said, I like it to make sure it's real. Take it over 1003 or 1005, I think is what we said. But from there, yeah, right, it'll test breaking this wedge right here. Right, so a little caution around 1020, but as long as it can bust over that, it could easily get back into the 1050s and above range. It's on a 4-hour chart, right? So once again, these things do take time, but nice ragey candle, nice retest, right? More rage. You could easily see that. So yeah, I'd say 1005. Let's probably put one more in there, right around through the break out there. 1005, 1019, 1038, 1055. All right. So, so those are your levels you're looking for on bullish. Shopify though, it's for a bigger account. So you want to play. If you're gonna play out the money, you have to be able to catch the move and sell. Like you should have a active trader like just take you out, because the premiums will pump on the move, but the premium will dissipate like that once the move is done. Right. So those people that buy 1,100 and 1,200 Shopify's weeklies and shit like that, bro. You'll buy them like you'll buy them thinking they're gonna print for you, and the second the move is over, right? Second any resistance happens, all of your premium goes away. Last one that I want to talk about is a little contrarian, but it's Amazon. Amazon is in a little bit of consolidation right now, right? Still trying to figure out what the hell it wants to do. But the thing I like about it is we are like this right here. Yes, we've bled under this support level of 30.97 a couple times, but every time we've come back to it. And right now what we're doing, right, is we're coming back to it with higher lows. Right, so, you know, one could try and, you know, even maneuver something like that, right? So we'll see what she wants to do. But the thing I've noticed is all of other retail, especially online retail, we've seen recovery to the upside. We've seen them retesting, you know, those highs that they once had. And so really the question for Amazon to me isn't like if it's going to, it's when it's going to. So I like I'm kind of bullish on Amazon right now. I think it might try and bleed under this again, but once again, if it doesn't create a lower low here, right? So if it doesn't get under 30.20, right? This area right here is probably like my buy zone for Amazon, right? If it starts testing in here between 30.78, 30.20 area, because you know this bad boy is gonna move back up. It's Amazon. But you just wait for it, right? So with Amazon, that's definitely one you want to take a move when the move is happening. Area of focus has been 31.95, right? Now you could take it to 31.95, right? Because we're gonna have some confliction right here, or wait for it to retest and take it through. But I think it's gonna try and make a move, right? Because it spent some time at the bottom, spent some time at the top, bottom, right? It's either gonna dump its bottom or try to move in a bullish fashion. So if you want to play it more risky, right? You'll take the move over 31.32 to about 31.95. There's about 60 points you can get in here. So just watch closely, and then get out before it retests this. Don't even let your premiums deal with what happens right here, unless it's just moving through. But even then, it's gonna retest before it goes. Always does.
So Black Friday, holiday shopping, shutdowns. Sorry to cut you off, Billy. All of those things are good catalysts for Amazon. They finally launched their digital pharmacy business. I think it was on Tuesday they made that announcement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been.
And then let's see. And then the negative news I have is, and I don't think this is impactful, but GoodRx, now they're in competition with GoodRx, who received, I think, 3 price target upgrades this week. The CEO of GoodRx, I guess when Amazon made that announcement, GoodRx took a dive. And then the CEO went somewhere and said that Amazon getting into the business, like it's not a zero-sum game. Like Amazon can eat and GoodRx can eat. So
somebody
I guess
do
that's
me
not
a
negative.
favor. We're gonna do a little science experiment right now. Look if Amazon historic what am I trying to say?
How performs during Christmas time?
Nah. Their IV. If they're low implied volatility right now, right, compared to what they usually are, buy the fucking contract. The premium is gonna blow up.
Oh, like what happened with Tesla.
Mm-hmm. Low IV right now, and I'm looking at it like where it's been. It doesn't spend too much time ranging. You know what I mean? Like, look at these big moves, right? So we're in some consolidation right here. IV could be really low right now. When you see low IV on stocks that usually aren't low IV, you just you prepare for right. You just prepare for a move on them, right? So this move could happen one direction or another, but we're waiting to see, right? So, yeah, we're almost done right now. So I would take a break under 30.78 to 30.20 if it does go downside.
IV is 35%.
What's it usually? Historical.
Oh, hold on. I'll probably be slow to tell you. I'll probably be slow.
Current versus historical. That's what counts.
Let's see if I can find something.
Yeah, if not, we can just follow up with it on the chat in Discord. Yeah, but to find it.
I see that. So Amazon IV percentile rank, and I'll just read this. Amazon implied volatility is 32.5, which is in the 41 percentile rank. That means that 41% of the time the IV was lower in the last year than the current level. The current IV is negative 18.4 below its 20-day moving average of 39.8 IV, which is trending lower.
Okay. Yeah. So look out for this. We might be the giant might want to wake up. For sure. Yeah, I had a feeling, bro. So just
good call.
Yeah, just look out for it. It might be time to at least attempt to make some recovery moves. once again, the whole sector has been trying to recover and actually making pretty good moves, especially the small cap. I know Amazon, everybody thinks is a little bit more extended than they should be, but these guys are moving into sectors that, you know what I mean, that justify them to continue extending. Right. So we're gonna make a move to break another bearish trend. Yeah. Right. So you're just looking for these breaks of these bearish moves, and it's getting real tight now, real tight. So I'm expecting to see something happen here. So just pay attention for it. Once again, I'll get levels into the chat so you guys can have it for your review. But I got to take the girly to, I got to take the girlies. They want a pair of roller skates, so I got to get about. But I appreciate y'all joining us. Don't forget to check out the link if you do want to subscribe and trade with us over the week. I think I always tell people to do it today, because then you get 5 days of trading with us on the Discord to be able to decide if it's worthwhile for you. So that's just one of the things I want y'all taking advantage of. Like I said, we'll have all of our charts in the Discord. Please make sure to do your homework. Set up your active trader, small accounts. Do the preset with 25% and your 15% stop loss. Do yourself the favor. Use it this week. You know what I mean? It'll help you from getting clapped and conserve a lot of that capital. Because once again, we are in a weird week where we have two different sides, and it's a short week too. Don't forget, we certain days the market's not going to be open, or it's going to be a half day. So these are things you want to consider, because once again, if we don't have liquidity, if you don't have volume, a lot of people trading, right, then it's going to be a little bit tougher to really see your premiums move. Boom. Need an active trader video? We have one. Check it. Yeah, it's in the chat. Somebody repost it for him, please, if you can. Yep, charts will be placed on admin analysis. Yeah. Please just give me about an hour or two to get those up. I gotta take the girls, and we got curfew, and yeah, so we gotta run. But appreciate y'all for joining us. Yeah, you guys get your shoes on. We're gonna head out. Yeah, right. She 5 years old trying to roll bounce, and now my big girl wants them too now. Yeah. We'll make sure Dylan gets tagged on the video. All right, Huey. Thanks again, bro.
All right, Bailey. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in.
All right, y'all. Yeah, we go get some food.